Former Prince. 6 years after his last fight, we have an exclusive interview with Naseem Hamed, and it sounds like he's not ready to give up his crown just yet.
I mean, who do you know that can come out on a flying carpet, Adam? Pete Diddy stand at the bottom, come out to like a concert, dancing with like oozing confidence, and then get in and take somebody out. Come on. Do you know anybody in the history of the sport that did what Prince Naseem did? I ain't trying to brag, but I was bloody good at it.
Remember him? Much more from Naseem Hamed later, but there's no doubt who boxing led the way thanks to Brendan Ingles' stable of gifted fighters. Last Friday, the clocks were turned back as Ryan Rhodes once again took top billing, and there was a rare public appearance from the Steel City's biggest star.
Last week on Friday Fight Night, Sheffield's Ryan Rhodes rolled back the years as he met Welling's Gary Woolcombe for the British light middleweight title. With old friend Naseem Hamed cheering him on from ringside, Rhodes produced a sizzling performance that ended dramatically in the 9th round. He's rocked British boxing again! Over 11 years after he first won this British light middleweight title, a fairy tale ending for Ryan Rhodes. Naseem Hamed was first to congratulate his long-time stablemate, and the former world star was absolutely buzzing when we caught up with him.
I'm just so happy for him. I'm just over the moon because, for me, he stuck in there and showed that he's still British, European and world class.
It seems a lifetime ago that we were all on Winkerbank Hill and the boys were together and it was happening. Do you miss it at all?
Oh, I miss it big time. But you know, I was boxing for 21 years, training for 21 years I should say, and I absolutely loved every minute of it. But I've told you, I ain't told you guys I'm retired. I ain't told you nothing yet. I've just had a huge break. And I do miss it, you know. I miss boxing and I love boxing, you know, it's in my heart.
Your last fight was back in 2002 against Manuel Calvo. Why did you stop after that win?
Directly after that fight, I just thought that I had 2 kids then and I just wanted to be with my kids so bad. I'd been spending like 9 weeks in training camps away from the wife and kids. When I stopped at 28, I had 2 kids then, 2 boys. Thank God I've got 3 boys now. And I'm loving being a dad.
Our next big fight involves Ricky Hatton coming back from that defeat against Floyd Mayweather to box Juan Lazcano in Manchester. How do you think he'll come back from that in the build-up in the next few weeks?
Well, I haven't seen Ricky, but I should think, you know, he's a very positive guy. I should think he'll come back and come back well. My heart went out to them when they went to Vegas, simply because taking all that stick and everything off from Mayweather, and then the fight going and unfolding the way it did, I felt really sorry for him. I can honestly tell you, stood right here, that Floyd Mayweather may go down as the best fighter ever lived. And that's how I rate Floyd Mayweather. The only thing that's really putting me off about him, and probably everybody, is it's distasteful the way he's going off before fights and just pushing money, pushing like dollars like to the camera and talking to his opponent. I mean, I used to say it with a tongue-in-cheek and feel a bit embarrassed saying it. But I never had anything in my heart against my opponent. But he seems to have got this, I don't know whether it's malice or whether it's bad intentions, bad feeling, and all that does is take that shine of a star away from him, how really good he is.
We never say never in boxing, but if you did fight again, what weight would it be? What on earth can you make?
I'm going to be honest, to you and to everybody else, weight is an issue. Weight ain't no issue to me. I'm big because I want to be big. I'm big because I want to be big. I'll tell you straight. If I had to fight again and I wanted to fight again and I'm 100% going to fight again, I'm going to be honest. I'll probably be somewhere similar to around about, I would say around about super feather to lightweight. Lightweight. You can never underestimate the Prince. I'm always there. Don't ever, the Prince will never die down. I ain't bragging, but I ain't seen nobody, and I mean nobody, come to the ring in such style, in such flair, charisma. I'm talking about bringing it all, a full package. I mean, who do you know that can come out on a flying carpet, Adam? Pete did it, stand at the bottom, come out to like a concert, dancing with like oozing confidence, and then get in and take somebody out. Come on. Do you know anybody in the history of the sport that did what Prince Naseem did? I ain't trying to brag, but I was bloody good at it.
You look back and you watch those walk-ons, Nicky, and it does bring back a lot of great memories. And he is missed, isn't he, in the sport?
He was brilliant. He was a great entertainer, a brilliant fighter, and I really miss him. I think he's probably my favourite all-time British fighter, certainly to watch, and I think he didn't ever fulfil his full potential. I think he could have been a legend. I don't think he ever really loved training. That's why he ended up finishing at such a young age. He didn't enjoy making the weight. He didn't enjoy going away to training camp. He's very much a family man. And I don't think he ever fulfilled the potential.
Jim, it was interesting hearing from Paulie Malignaggi earlier on and saying he saw the Kevin Kelly fight at Madison Square Garden and it influenced him. He said, I want to be like that.
Yeah, well, at that time, Naz was showing his best form. He must have been an inspiration to people like Malignaggi. Yeah, like Nicky, I thought it was fantastic value. It was packing arenas. I was always amazed at how many young people he brought to boxing. His fights were dramatic. He was the whole package, and he's right in what he says. No one has come along and taken his place.
He's making noises about a comeback. He said, I haven't told you guys I've finished yet. What do you think?
Well, I don't think he will. I'd like to see him back, actually, even at his age now, because he'd certainly be a terrific puncher. He'll never lose that. If he could make the... I still don't think even at lightweight he's big enough to be a lightweight. He's just really struggled. He had massive legs. Don't think he could do it. But, you know, I think the Naseem of, say, 97, when he was young and with the Ingles and training really hard, could have beaten Barrera. I think the Naz that lost to Barrera wasn't in love with the sport and didn't fulfill her potential, as I say.
How do you assess his career? 5 years a world champion, or do you remember the Barrera fight more than anything?
You can only gauge a fighter and who's in his division at the time, and Naz fought everybody. He fought all the other champions, he unified all the titles. Now, to be fair, the featherweight division wasn't strong during Naz's time. All the superstars were at super bantamweight, Morales, Barrera and Marquez. But he faced who he was supposed to face. He didn't dodge anybody, so you have to judge him on that. And he was the best of the bunch in his time, and that's all you can be.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think it's a pity he didn't love the sport in the way that, say, Ricky Hatton doesn't train as hard, because I think, as I say, could have been a superstar.
All right, thanks to Jim, and thanks to Nick.